Our names are Malaya, Lam, Giselle, and Kennedy, and we'll be presenting our information on the Blue Apron case study.
Challenges Blue Apron face. First, competitive pressures. The entry of Amazon into meal kits through Whole Foods, along with rivals like HelloFresh and Home Chef, really intensified the market rivalry. Despite this, Blue Apron and HelloFresh still hold most of the market share, up to 73%. Second is high customer acquisition cost. Customer acquisition costs rose sharply. They went from about $63 in 2015 to $100 in 2016, and by early 2017, right before the IPO, they hit $147. At those levels, many customers were simply unprofitable. Third, customer retention was very low. Only 28% of customers stay after 6 months, and more than half left within the first 2 months. This drop led to revenues per customer falling by 17%, from $1 million to about $856,000. The fourth issue, there was an emphasis on growth. The company poured money into marketing, about $209 million in just 3 years, which boosted short-term subscriber numbers but didn't create long-term value. The fifth reason, customer profitability declined. 6-month revenue per customer dropped 14%, from $451 in 2015 down to $387 in 2016. And finally, investor confidence faltered. After IPO, Blue Apron's stock price fell by 17% in just 5 months, and the CEO stepped down in 2017. Overall, these factors combined to create a cycle of high cost, low retention, and weakening confidence that challenged Blue Apron's sustainability.
Blue Apron's threats and opportunities. Blue Apron's biggest competitor is HelloFresh. HelloFresh and Blue Apron collectively controlled about 73% of the meal delivery market in 2016. HelloFresh carries more versatility and variety than Blue Apron does and has been able to see more long-term success over Blue Apron. Since they are the two of the largest companies in the market for meal delivery services, they are a direct competition for Blue Apron. Limited options for consumers. As stated previously, Blue Apron has limited meal options for their customers. They have a small selection for people with dietary restrictions such as food allergy replacements or having vegan/vegetarian options, whereas other companies such as HelloFresh can compensate for that. 3. Lower customer retention. The case study states that the retention rate was about 43%, but just for the first 2 months, and after that percentage would have declined. This was mostly due to the promotional rates the customers were using to sign up for the service. Opportunities. Focusing on a loyal customer base. As stated previously, there was a decreasing retention rate after the first 2 months, and about 18% of customers stayed for about a year. It was stated that they tended to put more of their efforts into gaining new customers, that their loyal ones were somewhat neglected. So, creating a rewards program or giving free meals to customers that are staying over that 2-month period could help with retention. Adding variety in meals. While yes, Blue Apron is known for their simple and easy gourmet meals, the average person isn't typically looking for that. They could expand not only to keep their gourmet meals, but also make another menu for things that are much simpler for families' palates. They would be able to attract not only the adventurous type, but also people just looking to cut down on time and hassle that it takes to cook. Another addition to this would be to expand for those with restrictions on food, such as vegetarian substitutions, vegan, gluten-free, so that pool of people also aren't left out. Third would be partnerships with grocery chains. Companies like Chef would work as a non-subscription base, so they would work at a grocery chains to sell their product. Blue Apron made a lot of their money from low loyalty customers, so this could also be an option where they can utilize that. Blue Apron's role in the grocery space. Blue Apron is meant to be a convenience to adults. With the steady growth of the meal kit delivery services, the industry was able to gain about $100 billion in their respective market. With Blue Apron, you could skip the grocery lines and research on recipes and even overbuying ingredients. It's cooking delicious meals made simple. This can be perfect for people with busy lives or those who are just more adventurous in their eating habits. Since this is a subscription based service, people are able to choose when they receive their prepackaged meals ahead of time to save time as well.
Hello, my name is Giselle, and I will be covering question number 3. Um, what are the three main parameters in the customer lifetime value equation? Describe each with regards to how they impact the CLV. One of the three parameters in the customer lifetime value equation is the customer retention rate. This metric is used in Blue Apron's case study. It measures the rate of customers a company can retain within a certain time period. And Blue Apron study measured a retention rate over the course of 12 months. So on their study, a segment analyzed retention rate to be 92.3 for an average of 12 months, and another segment had a lower retention rate of 43.3% for an average of 2 months before churning. With these metrics, you can see how the retention rate impacts the customer lifetime value because it is used to predict the outcome of the company's revenue. The more Blue Apron is able to retain their customers within a significant time period, the more likely these customers will become valuable for the company, and the higher the chances they have of retaining or becoming a loyal customer. Also, the more each customer maintains their subscription plans with Apron, and the more frequently it purchases meals from the company, the more they will increase the customer lifetime value. Same thing with low retention rate. It will generate less revenue. Another parameter in the LCV equation is customer acquisition cost. Um, a customer acquisition cost measures how much a company will spend to acquire a new customer. Blue Apron was able to measure the expenses contributed to acquire new customers in 2016 by $100. This metric impacts the customer lifetime value as it can positively and negatively affect the profitability of the business. Having a high customer acquisition value is not desirable, as it will lower the customer lifetime value because Blue Apron in this case will ultimately be spending more upfront to acquire a new customer. So therefore, it will be decreasing its revenue and affecting the overall customer lifetime value. On the other hand, having a low customer acquisition cost is sustainable as businesses want to acquire new customers. So they want to do that with the lowest possible cost in order to generate profits. And another of the parameters that um, impact the customer lifetime value is the contribution margin. The contribution margin contributes in the customer lifetime value equation, um, which highlights the revenue remained after cutting all the costs. So this parameter actually impacts the customer lifetime value as it measures the overall profits that are generated from a customer. In this case, maximizing the contribution margin results in a high customer value for the business. Hence, it leads to a more profitable customer relationship and a more sustainable customer lifetime value.
So what can Blue Apron do to increase its customer lifetime value? Well, there's three things that Blue Apron can do. The first thing is to improve its profitability per customer or its margins. And Blue Apron can do this by upselling its customers on complementary products like wine and kitchen tools or kitchen gadgets to increase its revenue per order. Blue Apron can also expand its meal offerings to include breakfast, lunch sides, or desserts to increase its customers' order frequency. The second way Blue Apron can improve its customer lifetime value is by improving its retention rates. So Blue Apron can implement a loyalty program which rewards its returning customers with offers and discounts to retain them as its customers. And Blue Apron can improve their customer experience to reduce errors that frustrate customers and lead to early churn. One other thing Blue Apron can do to increase its customer lifetime value is to improve its customer acquisition costs. So Blue Apron can use marketing research tools to determine the best ways to attract and retain highly loyal customers, and they can reduce their promotions for first-time customers to deter low loyalty customers. Out of the three customer lifetime parameters, we believe Blue Apron should focus on improving its retention rates. This is because most of Blue Apron's problems lie with its low retention rates among its customers. Low loyalty customers make up the majority of their customer base, or roughly 54%, and are likely to stay for only 2 months, resulting in a negative lifetime value. On the other hand, high loyalty customers make up 46% of their customer base and have an average retention of 13 months and a high lifetime value. Blue Apron should therefore focus on retaining both low loyalty and high loyalty customers. Why? It's because low loyalty customers who stay longer than 2 months greatly improve profitability by increasing margins and improving Blue Apron's retention rate. And it's less expensive to retain a customer over acquiring a new one. So how should Blue Apron spend its next 100 million in pursuit of improving its retention rates? There's three ways that we believe Blue Apron can spend 100 million in order to improve its retention rates. And that's by partnering with healthcare providers, which would be roughly 45 million, improving customer experience, which would be roughly 35 million, and building a loyalty and engagement program, which would be roughly 20 million. So how can Blue Apron partner with healthcare providers? Well, they can form partnerships with insurers like Kaiser Permanente and United Healthcare to offer Blue Apron meal kits as part of wellness programs and as employee benefits. And they can co-develop nutritionally optimized meal kits, such as diabetic-friendly or heart-healthy meal kits, to keep customers engaged for health reasons. And healthcare members are more likely to remain loyal because meal kits become a part of their health management plan, reducing churn and driving consistent long-term usage. The second area that Blue Apron should invest in is improving customer experience. Blue Apron can do this by first investing in its distribution center's performance to reduce late deliveries, missing ingredients, and packaging errors that frustrate customers and lead to early churn. Blue Apron should also invest in personalization and menu customizations for its customers. And they can use personalized orders using AI-powered recommendations that suggest meals based on past orders, dietary preferences, or health goals to make its offerings relevant to customer preference. And Blue Apron could offer customization options to their customers to allow customers to swap ingredients, such as chicken for tofu, or adjust portion sizes to reduce customer dissatisfaction. Additionally, Blue Apron should offer flexible subscription options like being able to pause instead of canceling their subscription to prevent churn and save customers before they cancel. The last thing that Blue Apron should invest in is a loyalty and engagement program. So, Blue Apron can launch a loyalty program that rewards continued subscriptions with free meals, premium recipes, or exclusive products. And they can implement a point system where customers earn points for each box ordered and for referring friends. And then they can redeem those points for free boxes or premium add ons such as dessert kits, specialty sauces, and for kitchen tools and kitchen gadgets. Additionally, Blue Apron can use tailored communications, such as email and app notifications, to recommend meals that match customers' past preferences, creating attachment to the brand. Thank you for listening.